Hello guys and welcome to another video. My name is Mark, I'm an entrepreneur, property investor. Today's video is all about Tom. And Tom is my amazing videographer, and today what we're going through is how far he is in his journey, because it's been 2 months since we started?
I think so.
Something like that. And basically we came up with a really simple plan for Tom. It was work hard, spend less than you earn,
and invest it.
And invest it, right?
Yeah.
The plan was very, very simple. Now, Tom's got a lot of things going for him. First of all, he can do unlimited overtime, but he's doing a very, very basic role, I would consider. Your overtime is all doing taxi driving, right? I own a taxi company, you're just doing taxi driving, but you're earning several £100s a week extra every single week, right? And sometimes 500, 600, 700, £800 a week, right? Depending on if it's payday weekend and big Saturday nights.
Payday weekends are the big ones.
Exactly. But, you know, assuming all you're doing extra is earning a bit more, right? Like working a lot more hours. So why don't you tell the viewers like how many extra hours you're doing a week, roughly? Because you're working hard, there's no question.
The standard hours that I'm supposed to have are 6 till 10 in the morning driving, and then 10 until between 2 and 4 o'clock with the editing. So how many hours is that? 8 hours a day?
8, 9 hours, yeah, something like that.
And instead I'm doing that, but then driving from 2 until 8 Monday to Wednesday, 2 until 10 on Thursday, 2 until 2 in the morning Friday, and then I'm doing again 2 until 2 in the morning on Saturday.
So an additional 40 hours.
Yeah, so I'm planning on, so it's, I think I totaled it up to 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Total that I'm doing. And then
big hours, there's no question you're working hard.
It's going to be different.
Yeah.
Because December I'm going to do the extra until 10 o'clock Monday to Wednesday, so that's an extra 6 hours already, and then I'm also going to be doing the Sunday.
There is no question you're working hard, right?
Yeah.
We're saying we've gone from doing 40 hours a week to essentially doing 80 hours a week.
Yeah, so double.
It's double the hours. But here's the thing, do you feel any more tired, really?
I did.
And now?
When I first started doing it, I then did get to the point where I'm like, I don't want to wake up now. But I think I am actually getting used to it, because but just before I came out here, that entire week before I came out here, I was waking up naturally at 6 o'clock and then logging on, and then I'd just kind of pass out until I got a job. And then I would carry on throughout the entire day until I got home, and then so I think I am getting used to it.
My personal experience of it is once you get into a rhythm, it's absolutely fine,
that's
right?
What I was waiting for.
I'm over in Dubai, it is standard that people work 6 days a week. Absolutely standard. Everybody works 6 days a week.
It's also
so when you're out here,
people don't really wake up early though.
In Dubai, no, but they work on till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. You can order food at 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
True, yeah.
Like you look at a lot of the roles, they do big hours. I've made quite a few friends over here. They all work 6 days a week. They all work between 10 and 12 hours a day. You know, they make us look really lazy in the UK. They really, really do. So let's be clear. I don't believe it's that detrimental to somebody. Personally, I've done it for a long time, worked incredibly hard. I've always found that work is my friend and I've enjoyed it because I'm working towards a goal. And I think that makes it easier. And the same, I would guess,
That's the same with me.
You see the goal, right?
And it helps because whenever I tell people, they're like, "Oh, you working much longer?" I'm like, "Oh, I've still got 2 hours left on the Friday." So I'm working till 2 in the morning. They're like, "Oh, have you been on long?" I was like, "Started at 6 this morning." And they're like, "What?" And then I explain to them the reason why, and it kind of helps.
It's not that you were doing the job all the way from 6 till then either, was it?
No, that's my point.
You had this break of like 6, 7 hours where you did some computer work, you did some chats, some meetings,
that does
some
help,
conversations.
If I was just driving,
it'd be tough.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
No, you couldn't.
But the fact that I do 6 or 10 in the morning and then I'm home, and if I don't have anything for Legacy or Go Green or you, then I'm just doing my own thing for 4 hours. And then I'm now also working on my own business at the same time, in the time that I've got that I can in between the days. And so I'll do that instead, which is a bit more chill. I'm at home, music playing or TV on or something, and then I go back out driving again.
And in terms of how much the taxi driving pays, what does it pay per hour roughly?
It's usually 11 minimum, but it can be up to 14.
So 11 to 14 pounds an hour. So we're not talking about amazing pay, but what we are talking about is regular, easy, and really flexible, right? Like you can just go, right, today I want to do it, tomorrow I want to do it, the day after I want to do it. And because of your proximity to myself and my company, we've always got a car for you. In fact, we've given you a car so that you can use it whenever you want. But that's a big advantage. And not everybody would have that, but you know, ultimately I think everybody's got the opportunity to go out and earn 11 quid an hour. What's minimum wage? I think £10.50 at the moment.
So it's above
above minimum wage, obviously. But everybody's got the opportunity to go and do that, I think, wherever they are, right? You're not doing anything unusual.
You were saying to my brother, driving's the easiest one, so just a quick side round. My brother does barbering, but he finishes at 6, did you say 6? 6 p.m. each day. So he could easily have like a self-employed driving thing where you can just log on after that and then just drive. So driving is quite an easy one.
I always enjoyed it because I could listen to the radio.
Yeah,
you're only with passengers about a third of the time. And even then, it's just having a nice chat about what they do and what they're doing that night.
For the most part, sometimes you get the dud, but
oh, how often? It's not that often.
You're always going to get a dud.
Yeah, there's always a dud. But generally, you're just having a nice chat, right? So I always found that the time passed really quickly. And I used to do sort of like 4 in the morning through till like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. But again, I would do 4 till 10. Then from 10 o'clock, I would do meetings. I would do my office work, all that sort of stuff. It wasn't solid driving. And it's not solid driving when you're driving either, is it? There's lots of breaks.
I think that's the thing. When people, when you're preaching about working hard and stuff, whenever I tell people that, it sounds like a lot, but I think that's only because people see it as driving 6 until 2.
I think it's because people are massive.
Bleep
that out.
But there is also that people think of, if they've got their job, say they're in the office, they're like, I can't imagine working there for 16 hours a day. It's like, well, no, don't do that. Do that and then do a different job. Breaks it up. Do a bit of something, do something else. Then it's quite easy to work 16 to 20 hours a day. My Friday's 20 hours.
Yeah.
I'm not tired. I get home at 2 o'clock and then I'm like, I'm tired. And I'll fall asleep.
And then you'll see. And then Saturday you don't have to start again until 6 p.m.
Yeah.
You start at 6 p.m. on Saturday.
3.
Oh, 3. So
no, 2. I do another 2 till 3.
Okay, so you do a
still
massive rest.
Yeah, but it's still the fact that I have been up and awake and doing stuff from 6 until 2, 20 hours. Yeah. Which usually on a normal day you probably do obviously 9 to 5 or whatever, and then you watch Netflix or something. But 6 till 2, 20 hours, I'm up doing stuff. And I'm fine because of the fact that I've broken it up.
And you've got this then big break afterwards.
And also to be fair, I've got a massive just push in my head. I've got you in my head going, drive, Tom, drive.
If anybody was doing this and they were ever getting to a point where they were feeling tired or falling, just stop.
It's not worth that.
This is not like, please be dangerous, not at all. I do believe though that in the UK there is a what's the minimum I can do attitude for most people. And I think what you're showing is what's the most I can do, and what impact does that have on your bank balance in a short space of time. Can we put up a screenshot of what the impact is on your bank balance? Because it's drastic, right? Like you've cut your expenses. You did something again quite drastic. You left his girlfriend, which is pretty impressive.
You mentioned that last time. Do you just like bringing that up now?
Well, I just think it's quite a good piece of your story, right? You left your biggest expense, which was your girlfriend.
7.5 at the moment.
And you're now on 7,500 saved.
Oh, that's gone up. 5.2.
And what is the largest amount that you've ever had in your bank account before now?
Minus 1,500.
No, you must have started on 0 at some point.
Honestly, at the end, because it was at the point where I would get paid and then pay with the full rent and bills. So I was on minus 300 at the start of the month.
All the time. Yeah. Fair enough. So Tom's always been on minuses.
I've been
now
minuses.
He's got 7.5 grand in his ISA and LISA.
2.2 in the ISA, 5.2 in the LISA.
So the LISA would have included a bonus, of course. So
yeah,
the LISA
would
have been 4 grand in.
So that's the thing.
And you had a £1,000 bonus.
Yeah, so just maximum of 4,000. So I've only put a dead set of 4,000, and there's 5,262 in there.
So in 10 weeks, you've now got 7 and a bit grand. So I think what we should talk about now is what's the next part of the plan.
Yeah, what am I going to do after
What are you going
that?
to do, right? So he's going to work hard. Yeah, that's exciting, guys. How long is it going to take him to save up millions? Loads of time. But that's not the plan. The plan is to start getting the money to work for us. So first of all, is there a better investment than a LISA if you're going to buy your first property? Probably not, in my opinion, because that's 25% bonus on the day you do it.
Well, you just said that. I put 4,000. I got 5.2.
Yeah, exactly. You got a grand bonus a month later. That's insane, right? Like, so in April you can do it again, another 4 grand in, get another grand. So that's about as good return as you're ever going to get.
So in May there's going to be probably just over 10 grand in there.
Yeah. Over 10 grand in your LISA, but then you've also got some in your ISA.
Yeah.
Now I think at this point you need to start looking at properties. I think you probably you're going to leave Dubai in a couple of days' time, and then you're going to go back to the UK. Work hard up until Christmas, take a break over Christmas till New Year. I think by that period of time you'll probably have 10 grand saved. I think I've just had a quick look on Rightmove, and let's show our audience what we're looking at. What we're basically going to try and do is buy a 2-bedroom flat. This is what I would do if I was you. And I would then sacrifice the living room. I'd get a layout that worked really well. Sacrifice the living room. I'd rent out the 2 spare bedrooms. So I could do it on a personal mortgage. I could use my licer, I could
so sacrifice living room is in turn it into my bedroom.
Turn it to your bedroom, turn it to a bedroom you rent out, whatever you want.
Obviously the first one about buying would be better if I could live in it, because then I can live in my place rather than a continued shed. But I was going to ask you about that, if it'd be more
Well, it's better because you get to claim your lodger relief, which means you get tax-free up to £7,000 a year. But look, this flat here, I think, first of all, the pictures look good, right? No work needed, agreed?
Yeah, well, obviously that's what viewing's for.
Oh, obviously, but I mean, a pretty good.
But I've seen a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse than that.
And look at this layout. Look at this layout. Reception bedroom here, bedroom 1, bedroom 2.
Wait, do you mean
that
in half?
Well, you could probably cut that in half and still have a small communal space. But I would just leave it as it is, not take on the cost.
So the
and just have it as
the
bedroom.
living room is my bedroom.
Yeah, there would be no bedroom. There would be no living room. But then you've got two.
I've never heard of that.
Loads of HMOs are like that. Loads of HMOs. You're going to get in Newbury. I can tell you already. You get between £600 and £700 a month for each bedroom.
That's 12.
So that's £1,200 a month.
And then the mortgage.
Mortgage probably going to be. You're going to put down 10%. You're going to need 16 grand. I believe you'll get there by April.
Yeah.
I think you should probably start looking for a property in January. So you've got time. You've got time. I would start viewing things like this in January, February time. I have no hesitation on 160k property. I know what you earn, not going to disclose that to everybody. Obviously, you're going to be able to get a mortgage for that. You're going to need probably 10% deposit, 16 grand. You're going to have that. This is the sort of thing that's right up your street. You're going to pay basically zero net once you've rented everything out. So at the moment you pay what, £600-700 a month?
Yes, I think it's going to be £700. But I was working out based roughly in my head with little to no knowledge of this.
Yeah.
I was working out if I was to rent out one room. So it's a 2-bedroom. I lived in 1 bedroom. I rent out the other bedroom. That it would. In Didcot, when
probably
the rent is 700 to 800,
right?
it'll kind of just equal out.
Yeah.
But then that's still me giving profit, because it means that my monthly earnings isn't going towards this.
No, it's going towards a mortgage you're paying off, because these will be repayment mortgages, because you've got a high LTV. But also, it means that you appreciate, any capital appreciation is on your side. So if you held it for 10 years and it doubled in value, if it went from 160 to 320, you'd have made 160k.
True.
So you'd have made 16k every year.
And a lot of people would want to sell then.
But you're not going to refinance. But we'll talk about that in another video. But the key thing is, if you can stomach not having a living room, then why not double up?
I don't care about that.
Exactly.
I'm working 80 hours a week.
Exactly. So I would absolutely say, screw the living room, let's have a 3-bedroom. And go down that route.
What are the people going to think about not having a living room?
Again, I know, for example, Newbury, Didcot, there's no Article 4, there's not going to be any licensing issues, there's not going to be anything to do with a HMO license. You're renting out a couple of spare bedrooms, it's absolutely fine.
To be fair, the thing is, I personally, if I was moving into a place that had no living room, it wouldn't bother me, because if I was having my own time, it's in my own room anyway.
Dude, that's just what you're advertising. At the end of the day, if you're advertising that, you'll get people who are interested in that. There's plenty of properties with no living room.
People will look at it and think, I don't care about
if they're not interested in that, then fine.
Yeah.
This one in Didcot, I also found a bit more expensive. Didcot's slightly more expensive. It's also not a great area, whereas the other area in Newbury's not bad. This is not a great area in Didcot. And you'd need to rework the layout. If you look at this, you'd need to build a wall along here, because you'd need to create a bedroom space here, and this is currently like just open plan through to the kitchen, so you'd need to build a wall.
Is that the entrance?
Only going to cost you £1,000, maybe 1,500 quid.
So
1,500 quid for a wall and a door. But ultimately, there's a little bit of work to be done, and when you look at the pictures of the property, it looks pretty good apart from that.
So that wall would go, if we go back to
the living room, the wall would go here.
It's across the window, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there.
Oh, yeah. So that's
there. And then that would become a bedroom. Or you can make the bedroom more better and just go like an L-shaped wall there, right? I can just turn that into a corridor.
Yeah.
And then put the door there, so you'd have a bigger bedroom.
I'd probably do that. So it's basically just like a walk-in corridor.
Yeah. I would probably do that. The basic gist of it is we've got a couple of options straight away that would work. We've got a plan, work hard, invest. It's working, would you agree? You've now got more money than you've had ever, and you've been doing it for what, 10 weeks, 11 weeks, something like that. And the key thing with this sort of action, where you're taking really strong action, is the results are strong and quick. So I think where most people fall down is that they don't take strong enough action. So they don't do enough quick enough to see results. And you have to see results to want to keep doing it.
The most overtime I've done, it was how much did I get? It was 480 quid that week. So then I put 450 into it, just kept 30 for myself and put 450, so it's like a round number or something. And then you keep doing that every week. After that week, the only thing I could think of, it wasn't, God, I've just done loads of hours. It was, I'm gonna get a lot this week.
Yeah.
And then when that money comes in, you're already in the middle of the second week where you've already been working. You then get that money in, put it into the investment pot, and you're like, well, let's do this again.
Exactly.
And you do it again.
And mate, it's just a snowball of wealth building is all it is. And then when you start buying properties and you have other people going to work for you, because that's what's happening, right? They go to work, they do all their hours, and then they give you a third of their money when they pay the rent of $650. They give you a third of their take-home salary. So they've done their work and they've given you a third of it. That's when you start leveraging other people's time, other people's money.
Like you said before, it's this.
Oh, massively.
And then this.
It's this.
So the next 5 years is this.
Just watch out for a COVID, because then that goes like that.
Yeah. So the next 5 years is this, and then from 30 to 35 is this.
It just does.
And then I retire.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think of this video. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm loving putting together this plan. I can hear the comments already. 80 hours a week, you're gonna kill yourself. I can hear it already, right?
So many people say that. I'm just I'm already at the end of my 20-hour shift. Does it look like I'm dying?
No.
Like, yes, I'm tired.
And it's not a 20-hour shift.
Exactly.
Because you had the break of 8 hours in the middle.
But I like telling people it is.
Of course you do, because you're flexing.
I say
you spent 4 hours asleep in the middle of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I say I started at 6. Like 6, that's a long time. I'm like, yeah, but it's 6 till 10, then it's 10 till 2, then it's 2 till like.
Yeah, and I had this break and I had that break,
yeah,
and
so
I went to bed for 4 hours.
You always put yourself on at least an hour and a half break or whatever anyway, between 8 and half, 9, where it's a bit more dead and have some food and watch YouTube and stuff. So it's not that hard work. I'm fine.
Tell them you're fine. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe as always. We will see you on the next video. We're going to update you in 2 months' time. Tom's going to be looking for a property.
After Christmas.
After Christmas.
I'll let you know. Yeah, we'll let you know how December goes.
Minimum, 10 grand?
It won't be then by after Christmas.
Yeah, it will. 10 grand.
You think what?
Yeah. The next 5-6 weeks are busy.
In the ISA?
Yeah, 10 grand. 10 grand total.
So I've got, what, 8?
7.5 you're going to do in the next 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah, just put another 4 and a bit grand.
Yeah. 10 grand. So it'll be over 10 grand. We'll be starting to look for properties.
Sounds good.
See you on the next video, guys. Cheers.